Hello, it's Jay here from Ancient Art Second Colony. I've got some pieces here that Rock Solid Passion has sent me over. These are just some of the pieces that I wanted to go over again, and some of them that I haven't gotten to quite yet in detail. Some chert pieces, some crystal pieces, and a lot of these, like I said, are artifacts, I believe. And we're going to go over some of them so I can explain why I think some of them are artifacts and why I think some of even the crystals themselves, some of them are possibly artifacts. These are some of the crystals. This is some crystal material. It's a piece of chert. It's the drill. There's some black chert up here. Some dark gray chert. These are, I believe, all artifacts. All these pieces of chert. This other one over here may look familiar to some of you. Excellent piece. A lot of these standing stones. This one here, beautiful druzy on both sides. I'm not seeing any fresh or clean breaks. So that right there could be an artifact. That could be a face effigy with multiple faces, possibly animals as well. You can see the nose, the eye, the headband, and the headdress or hair, hat. Makes another face from the other side. As you rotate it, it starts to look like different animals from different directions, both left and right side. Beautiful druzy, just covered in it. This piece here is a very interesting piece. I can tell this is an artifact. You might see a face in here. You might see a face in here, or an animal. You might see a bird up top here with his wings coming down. That's a very interesting looking face there. Very interesting cuts. It did not form like that, except for possibly right in here might be some crystal faces, but I think it was cut that way on purpose. You can see the face over here with the nose, the eye, the long chin. Sometimes they stack. You'll see a smaller face in here, a small nose, a small mouth, and an eye with the big headdress. Now, when I hold it like this, you'll see faces on both sides, facing off to the left and to the right. And if you notice, that right there has been touched up, napped at the edges. Let's see if I can get a close-up on those. And then it's got this dark material running through what looks like the hair of this face. So this might have been a tool. It also has another face up in here. You see the eye, the nose, the mouth and the chin, and the hair coming back like that. Also making that face, that being the nose, that being the mouth, and that being the eye right there. But if you hold it, it's very ergonomic in both hands. It feels more ergonomic in the left hand. Usually they're on the right hand. This piece feels better in the left hand. And this looks like some sort of cutting edge where it's been napped this way. Almost like etching or grooves. There might be another face down here. Might be seeing faces everywhere. So that was a very cool one. Some of these chart pieces are really cool as well. I went over this one already in a previous video. It's a very common hide scraper, and then the end is made to be the cutting, probably through the leather as well, with ligaments. And it's held like this. Your finger goes up here and the other one goes down here. Now some of these smaller pieces I haven't really gotten into yet. This piece here, that looks like a nice napped edge right there. This could have been part of something bigger and then reworked into a smaller scraper. It kind of looks like a crescent scraper right there with a notch in it, maybe to strip the bark off. You can see that right in there. Kind of makes a face too. Very small, very detailed. And that's going to bring me over to this piece here. This is the same material. It's that black chert, but it has stuff all over it. Minerals, little crystallizations starting to form all over it. Even inside the face, where the nose and the eyes and the mouth is. So this was made a long time ago. This wasn't a broken piece of chert that just broke a couple months ago. This is an ancient stone that is shaped to look like that. You can see how they flaked out the eyes. They left a chunk for the nose. They worked around it. And then for the mouth, it comes down like this. Almost like a monkey's mouth or a baboon. You can see how they really emphasize that nose with this one flake going across this way. It's a very small piece. These people could have been small in comparison to us today. Some of these hand tools confirm that as well. This here is a little finger blade or finger knife. Or if you were a real small person, it could possibly even be an axe, but you'd have to be pretty small. Little tiny guy. This one here is another crystal. You can see the crystal faces on it up top here, where it's natural crystal faces. And then it appears to be worked on this end to make another small finger blade. Very small ones these are. Trying to get it to focus correctly. But you can see up top here that natural crystal face up there in the shine and the glimmer. If I could zoom in really far in that shine, you'd be able to see the crystal structure and how it grows. But unfortunately, I'm unable to capture that on film without the proper equipment. I tried with this already. That didn't really help too much. And you can see some faces in this piece as well too, which just also confirms it being a possible artifact. So that's a very nice piece there. Some of these other pieces just seem to be crystals. Very nice crystals. See if I can focus in on this piece here. And you can see the inclusions. Those inclusions are actually clay inside of the crystals. And this has a little void inside for that clay to get into and then spread through the crystal as the crystal formed or was possibly reburied. This has terminations going all around the top of it, and then it's got a kind of a flat bottom. It makes some faces as well. That could be pareidolia, or it might not be. You see that face there? Looking off to the right. Now this piece here, I'm pretty sure, is an artifact. This side's got some crystal faces on it. The original crystal faces, you can see them shining right there. Oh, we're out of focus. Some of these are kind of shy. There we go. But when you hold it like this, it kind of looks like a llama or something, or maybe a horse or a camel, facing off to the right, facing off to the left. Now we have a dog-like figure, possibly a wolf. You can see the ear back here, and the nose and muzzle down here, and the eye in there. That makes a wolf. It also looks like a monkey face, coming down a little bit like this, with the eye up here, and the mouth down here. When you hold it like this, looks like kind of the the binded head look, not the elongated head look, but the more of the binded head look with the long nose. And that might even be etching for an ear in there. I don't know if you can see that. Very, very nice crystal. This one here has the host rock on this side of it, with druzy growing off of the host rock. Gosh, these guys really don't want to play fair today. There we go. You can see it now. See that crystal face shine right there? I really wish I could get us to see the formations in that. It's just not happening. And we've got this piece over here, right here. You might be able to see some of the faces, the human faces and animal faces in this piece. Looking off to the left, looking off to the right. It's maybe stacked on this side. The headdress with animals. It's usually animals or birds or a mammoth in the headdress. And you can just see all the crystals growing on it, all the druzy pockets, all the druzy growing on the host rock, and all the crystals growing, the bigger crystals growing inside of it as well. This is a nice face there, facing off to the left. And when you hold it like this, what's that look like? That looks like a lizard, like a Komodo dragon or something. Look at that. Even this way, it looks like a lizard or a dinosaur or something. Very interesting. We may have Gigantopithecus over here. I think that might just be pareidolia. Let me get that to try to focus in. I'm having a really hard time getting these guys to focus. There we go. Now where are you? Well, anyway, let's move on to the next piece. This piece here, it's really cool. It's just covered in druzy crystals. And it looks like a little hand blade at the edge right there, touched up. Made out of a chunk of crystal with host rock that appears to be recrystallized with druzy. Well, now it wants to play nice. Okay. So we're getting this to play nice. I'm going to bring this piece up real quick, because this is going to be the end of the video, I think. You can see the natural crystal faces on this side. right there, right there, going all the way around to there and there. This side appears to be cut out. Etching and flaking and napping to make this edge right there. This is very sharp right in the middle here. It's not really a crescent. It has like a crescent spot in it and through here like a divot. But it's got crystal faces inside of it that are natural right there. See that shine? So that divot is natural, just like this side here. So the rest of it has had to have been touched up to turn this into a blade. But right in here, this is the edge. If I press down hard enough, I could probably cut my thumb. You can see the inclusions. Like I said, those inclusions are like the clay pack that was around it when it was dug out of the ground. The clay seeped into the cracks and made inclusions instead of the crystal growing around the inclusions. So that's datable. If you had the right technology, you could date those little clay inclusions in there. Well, this is not going to be the best video, is it? Oh boy. It's a little tedious. Very, very beautiful, beautiful specimens. Specimens and artifacts. Like I said, most of the ones I put out here I believe to be artifacts. Most of them. This one here. I went over this before in the previous video. This is an excellent one. And you can see some rock art in that as well. Some faces. Rock art faces. Eyes, noses, and mouths. This drill here, I went over this and how you hold it. This one's held in the right hand to turn it. There's a drill, so it cuts. It's been napped and flaked just right to be edges for a drill. But I want to focus on this right there. Do you see those etchings and those grooves? Some of it's like beveled. Kind of makes a face. The eye, the nose, and the mouth. And then the pointy hat. Almost like an elf or a gnome. Like the little people, almost. Very nice color chart. Beautiful material. Now let me see if I've missed anything that I really wanted to go over. I went over a lot of the crystals that I thought were artifacts. This piece here is very interesting. This piece of chert. I think that's like an animal head there looking off to the left, and a human face looking off to the right. And once again, it's got that long top hat, almost like this guy here. Just picture it in this piece. If you can see the small face down in here with the hat. And the hat looks like an animal of some sort looking up. And that would be the eye of the animal. And this would be the mouth and the nose of the animal up here. Now, as I turn it, we're going to start to see other faces. And that's what makes me think this is definitely a piece of rock art. You got a face facing off to the left. Got another face right in the middle here, kind of looking right at us. And I'm going to keep turning it. We've got another face facing to the left. Another face facing to the left. And you can see maybe another face there on the bottom. I'm calling that the bottom because it's kind of flat. There. Let me just move this guy around a little bit, see if we see anything different. It might be a mammoth right there. Nope, that might be a dog or something right there, facing off to the right, facing off to the left, possibly a bird. So it's a little shaky. Bit of a longer video. If you guys made it this far, congratulations. You've got some patience. And this piece here is a little more subtle, but it looks like a tool, like that's the edge, like a cutting edge, a scraper, and it's got some very detailed small faces going down the sides of it. So eye, nose, and mouth. As I turn it, they will slightly change into other characters. Now that one's looking right. It looks like a birdman with a beak. Now we have another face facing left with the hair coming down where my thumb is. Slowly turn it. Maybe a feline face in there somewhere. Different angles, you get different animals and other faces. Look at that one looking right at you. Sorry for the shaking. It's almost a half an hour on this. This is my longest video so far, so congratulations. You've got patience. Just amazing crystals though. Very beautiful. I love how these things form so irregularly. This is not part of the collection. This is something that I bought online. Now this is a piece of Lemurian glass. Crystal. And you can see how the crystal structure grows horizontally up the piece. You can see those. It's like a step ladder. Here we go again. Right. It's like a ladder that's going up the crystal as the crystal grows. And I just wanted to bring that up because these other crystals do not form like that whatsoever. They form in a completely different manner. If I could zoom in close enough, you'd be able to see them. But it looks like a little tiny, like almost like a pyramid city with like walls and triangle structures and even rectangle structures that all kind of blend in and look like a topographical map. It's very unbelievable. Maybe someday I'll try to get some sort of lens that will show that, because it's extremely interesting, the growth on these crystals. It's just not like the Lemurian quartz crystal at all. And then I've got a piece of danbarite too, but it's really small because that stuff's expensive. But that stuff grows vertically. Like instead of the lines going this way, the lines go up. And they're just lines going up the piece of danbarite crystal. Now danbarite is also a type of quartz crystal. So quartz crystal can grow in many different ways depending on the area, circumstances, and conditions. So I'm hoping someday I'll be able to share what those look like under magnification, because it looks like a little ancient city. Thank you again, Rock Solid Passion, for sending these over. I got a blast looking through these. I really do. They're so cool. I'm just going to give a quick shout out to Faces in the Stone. Check out him. I'm sure he looks familiar to you. Very well done piece there. I'm going to give another shout out to the Fender Blues King with this guy here. This a little tiny guy with the face covered in minerals to confirm its age. And these little tiny hand tools that are just a little too small for me. Thank you guys. Have a good week, and hope you have a happy new year.